And welcome everybody to the OB Builders Cup Series here on Grid Vision. As we get ready to see some of the greatest drivers in all of Cup Series competition take to the most difficult paperclip on the NASCAR circuit for 260 laps. I'm Sheldon Atkins, joined the booth by Roger Pierce and down the production truck, Austin Derbyshire. And, Roger, how do you feel about this place?
This place is pretty fun, right? When you take it down to just the brass tactics, it's pretty simple, right? Don't spin your tires, don't spin out, don't hit anybody, and hopefully you won't get hit back. So it's kind of a fun track.
Fun track, definitely grueling. A little bit of a, I think the proper term be a bit of a meat grinder here. Always attrition based. We take a look at the 0.53 mile paperclip from Google Earth, and not a whole lot of room here. You see the concrete strips right there down by the curbing on both ends of the track, and that is the racing line. There is nothing outside of that gray strip. You go up into that asphalt, you are going absolutely backwards. It's a race for the bottom, and in that we get a lot of bumper-to-bumper madness, chaos, and a lot of incidents. Hopefully these guys put together a good show tonight, though, as we lead into Roger. How about those keys to the race tonight?
Yeah, keys to the race, man. These are super important. Key number 1, burn the hatchet on both ends. I can't.
Okay, Ricky?
Yeah, right? Kind of self-explanatory, right?
Yeah?
Yeah. You know these better than I do. So, I can't, right? So, pretty much, goes around, comes around. This is a small track. If you hit somebody, you're probably going to get hit back later on in the run. It's a long race, 260 laps. Attrition is going to be key. Kind of speaks for itself. And third key, this isn't rocket appliance. Like I said, it's not hard. Half a mile track, super easy. Don't burn your stuff up. Don't overcook your brakes. Don't downshift too early to get the wheels to hop. Right, simple stuff that these drivers should know. I say that as we're gonna go into these opening laps, and it's gonna tell all.
Well, also don't you got to race smart, otherwise you won't have any friends with the Benedicts. But as we get a look here at the race results from last week, Adam Benefiel came to the top of the board with a really strong performance. The race kind of falling into his lap, with everybody making big mistakes. But that 83 machine, not a single tire thrown the wrong way. Paul Hill ended up coming home second. And Patrick Gitter set the Team Birdie fastest lap. As we get a look at the league standings right now, Brandon Passalacqua up at the top of the board, holding the torch for Paradigm, with Adam Benefield moving up into second place after last week's result. Louis Becerra third, Paul Hill fourth. And Roger, you read the same tea leaves that I did. And Darby pulling in the 6 machine of Passalacqua, also a great pick, a lot of pace and practice. Ones to watch here, I'm going to go with that 5 machine of Matt DiCiani. Roger said ditto, and Justin Levine gets picked from our producer. And rounded out, underdog for me tonight. I'm going to be the odd one, I guess, here with Joseph Causey in the 88 machine, and Justin Levine getting double picked and triple picked, because I guess he's the one to watch and the underdog for Darby.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, Levine, right? He just needs a good finish, needs a good points day. I'm expecting this track to be good for him. So we're going to see.
Well, as we get a look at the starting grid here, and starting off with the Tate Crosby Pole Award tonight is going to be the 95 machine of PB Henry, with Zach Millett in the 31 up top. Matt DiCiani rolls up the grid third, with Daniel Wiles in fourth. Fifth place, the 333 machine of Evan C. with Joseph Causey starting sixth. Seventh place, 12 machine Louis Becerra with Justin Levine in eighth. Ninth going to be the 26 machine of Paul Hill, with your Daytona winner, Paul Gallimore, running at the top 10. Roger?
Yeah, and 11th, we'll have Brandon Pascalacqua with Nicholas Isaacs in 12th. 13th is going to be Chris Vincent in the 33 with Tim Wortman in 14th. Luke Christian in 15th with Chris Hudson 16th. 17th is going to be Chris Crosby with JC Gibson in 18th. 19th will be Adam Benefield with John Binder in 20th.
21st place on the grid going to be the 71 machine of Keith Long with Jordan Slater starting in 22nd. 23rd place going to be the 18 car of Alexander Carr with Patrick Gitter in the 21 and 24th. 25th place is going to be Jose Medina with Randy Mullins in 26th, followed by Josh Schaffner in the 50 machine and Joshua Hyatt in 28th. And that is the 28-car field here tonight. A little bit of a short list this evening from Martinsville. But, you got to run into that when they come to these short tracks. Not a lot of people want to come out here and put themselves in a no-win situation.
Yeah, it's tough, right? Like, you kind of do what you can when you're racing out with these guys. It's a small track. It's a lot of laps. I mean, all week in official racing, it's been a caution fest. So I know that's on these guys' minds, and hopefully they can keep it clean tonight. Last year was relatively clean, so I'm looking forward to it.
Last year, race coming down to a bump and run, falling into the favor of Adam Benefiel. And DeCiani was up front, led a lot of laps, got scooted out of the way, and what goes around is all around, and that's how it ended up playing out. But how about this on the front row? We got two names that we haven't seen start up with a whole lot of pace. PB Henry and Millett, both really fast drivers, just haven't really found their place this season. Let's see the pace car take the dive down pit road here. Lights out into 3 and 4 as we get ready to roll into the BK Designs restart zone, or the initial start zone. Down the bottom of the track, 95 Machina Henry, and the green flag is in the air. We are underway. Great launch for the 31 Machina Millett. A little bit of a wheel spin for the 95 of Henry as they dive down into 1 and 2, door to door, but here comes the inside line advantage, and Henry's going to pull only temporarily, though, because Millett going to hang up on as hard as he can on that outside lane.
Yeah, around 20 laps in, that outside lane is going to get rubber, and it's going to work for these guys. So watch for that as we go through. But right now, you just kind of want to get down. You see Millett trying to get below C, but C's there. They're going to go side-by-side corner exit, even through the next corner into 3. I think C's going to have the advantage here, but Millett's not giving up on the outside.
And PB Henry taking the lead over early here from the pole. Got a couple car links between him and DeCiani. DeCiani following through the tire tracks here through 1 and 2. Bit of side-by-side racing in the back, though. Causey cycled up on the outside. Here comes Louis Becerra to the bottom. But Becerra hung up trying to race past Levine.
Yeah, and like we said, this outside line's going to work. So Levine's going to, right there, he got through. He's going to try to get down. The problem is the dirty air bubble, it exists here too. So you're going to see him kind of space out, and they're going to have to space, basically offset themselves going in and out of the corner to get that clean air.
I'll tell you what, dirty air, it feels like no matter what, we can't get away from it this day and age. Everybody's single filing out here throughout the field. Patrick Gitter trying to work the outside line here past Slater. Going to work, get himself clear here at the stripe. Up to P22 for the 21.
Yeah, single file as we go, right? Just kind of how you have to do it. Manage your stuff. Patrick Gitter trying to make that outside roll, trying to get some spots back. Didn't have a great qualifying effort, so he has a lot of work to do tonight to drive himself through the field.
A little further back, or a little further up the field, and up into the 9th place now. Paul Hill takes a great dive to the inside of Louis Becerra. Paul Hill is one that we didn't mention, but is somebody that could be really capable here on a short track. Mentioned it last week. A lot of the same principles that apply to road racing translate pretty much seamlessly here at Martinsville, especially with the modular braking and all the stuff you have to do with the throttle play. And a 26 is one to keep your eyes on this evening as well.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it. Thank you, Tyler C. Best, for the resub. We greatly appreciate it here at Grid Vision. But yeah, we talked about it at CODA, right? This new package and the braking and everything like that. Well, here at Martinsville this week, it kind of changed it, but not really. So you really get that downshift. You hit the brake and downshift, and you get the car to stop the same way on a road course. So it is the same, but it's a little bit different than before.
Right now looking like he's paying off for the 26 machines. He starts to pull into the back bumper, the 19 of Levine. Causey all over the back bumper. Daniel Wiles throws a bit of a bumper to the back of the 17 here through 3 and 4. Wiles going to hang on to it, though, down the front straightaway.
Yeah, Causey
here he comes. There he's got the shove. He's up the hill.
Oh, but he hit the curbs.
He's still got the bottom, though. He's going to have the advantage coming into 3 and 4 here if the 17 doesn't shut the door on him.
17's not going to shut the door. Causey's going to get this pass completed. No. See Levine going with him, though, on the inside. Yeah.
No, you don't shut the door on Causey. That's one thing you don't try to do. Causey moving up into the top 5, though. Good start for the 88. And up at the front of the field is still PB Henry, but he has not lost the tail of the 5 machine of DeCiani.
Yeah, like we said earlier, like I said, that offset, right? If you can kind of stay within that car's tracks, you're going to be okay. You're going to work on them. Tire heat's going to matter here. Tire wear is going to, you're going to see a thing. You're going to see some heat going in the right front, and it's how you manage that through that entire run.
You know, this is something I never thought of either. You know, I've never thought of PB Henry being a good short tracker. You know, never really had much opportunity to see him run up front here at Martinsville. And he's putting together some pretty good times right now. Starting this thing off on the pole as we get a look at the driver sheet for the driver of the number 95 Chevrolet. And CFM seems like it's really starting to find a little bit of a stride here, too. Because him, as well as Evan Say, have been running pretty well these past couple weeks.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of work on it, right? I've seen them a lot in officials, but if they're really building the set off of league side, then they did the right thing, because it's rolling right now. And 18.8 is hauling right here, especially with the track temp of where it's at. That's moving, and C's not that far behind him. C's just kind of stuck in dirty air and can't really move. So CFM cars are definitely going to be ones to watch tonight.
Absolutely. Also, see, potentially saving a little bit of tire back there too. Couple of different ways you can slice things up here at Martinsville. Look at DeCiani right now trailing. There's the advantage between second and third right now. And Millett, the 31 machine, started outside pole, falling back to fourth with the shuffle on the initial start, but hanging on all right. A couple car links between him and Joseph Causey, and a few car links separating him from Justin Levine.
Yeah, it's just going to get more and more spaced out as we go. You're going to see battles come and go. I mean, Paul Hill's right there with Levine. I expect Hill to kind of show the nose here. If he doesn't wash, can a little bit drive off. Yeah, this battle's here to come. It's going to be here for about 2 to 3 laps.
And one thing to note, too, this is the only opportunity that we've had all week to see anybody's long run pace, because I don't think there's been more than 15, 20 laps green in any A Open or NIS.
I think 30 laps is what I got the other day, and it was
depressing.
Maybe 30. Yeah. And this is a great track, right? This is a really fun track. It's just, you have people that overcook their brakes and self-spin, and it's so easy for a yellow to come out here. If a car stops sideways, anything, the yellow's coming out.
As a look at Lou Christian getting up to the back bumper of Nicholas Isaacs here. Gives him a little bit of a route through 3 and 4. Isaacs holds the advantage, though.
Yeah, you just have to be careful on corner exit, because, like, right there, right? He's in his mirror. Isaac's looking up through his mirror through the entire corner, and he's going to stomp on the gas and try to get there.
Oh, he got the curb a little bit.
Yep.
And Christian was nice with him there. Now, Christian's going to be the one to catch the bad end of the stick here, though. Loses a couple car lengths there.
Yeah, but he's going to get back to him. He caught him pretty quick. He's just going to get back to his rhythm, right? Once you get like 20 laps here, it's rhythm. It's just a continuous thing. This is a really fun track, and if you can get the laps down, then it's a really fun track that goes green.
I'll tell you what, nothing makes me sadder than what we saw on the dashboard there, having to shift from 4th to 3rd. Never a good time here at these short tracks. As we see, Roman has popped up into the chat here. And how's it going there, buddy? Over here hitting on my co-commentator.
Always. You should see my DMs.
Oh, boy. I don't think I want to see your DMs. Because I know if Roman likes to live out of pocket, and God only knows what's in there.
Yeah, man. I mean, look at Paul Hill is not done with Levine yet, though. I mean, there's a couple good battles. You got Gallimore and Becerra. You got Paul Hill and Levine, Pascalacqua and Daniel Wiles. I mean, kind of this. What is this? 6th through 10th battle.
I think Paul had a little bit of an issue with a misshift there on the front straightaway. Heard the engine rev out and lost a little bit of time to Levine.
That happens this week.
Yeah, it's a very easy mistake to make, especially here at Martinsville, because you have pretty much no lenience with the gearbox this week.
You have no lenience, and when they do that, right, and you're trying to pass them or make a move and they miss a shift, there's a big possibility that you're going to hit them. As we see Pascal Lacqua make the move on Daniel Wiles, going into 3 and 4. He's got the better drive. It's going to stick. Yep. Clean pass. But here we go. Leaders in lap traffic now. And this is where the dirty air comes into play. Can he make it through the field as easy as he was? And I'm going to say no. You're going to see the front of the nose on this car struggle on entry, especially.
Anything Henry's just hoping for is that these guys start to move out of the way, but right now, DeCiani not making up much advantage, though. 2 cars separating him from PB Henry. DeCiani diving down to the inside of Schaffner here into 1 and 2. Schaffner going to roll out of the way, let the 5 machine go. But still got one in between him and the race leader, and Henry throws the bumper to the back of the 24 machine here into 1 and 2. Sorry, 3 and 4. And Jose Medina hangs on for the ride.
It's a hard pass to make, and I'm telling you, Jose needs to be nice with it, but so does PB, because this could hurt PB worse than it could hurt Jose.
PB Henry takes the dive down to the bottom here through 3 and 4. Jose Medina rocketing up off the top, down the front straightaway. Here comes Henry with another look to the bottom.
Yeah, but this is where that grip starts coming in on the outside. Look, right there, even. He gave him the inside.
There we go. Jose rolled off it.
Yep.
Smart move there. I don't think either Henry or Jose are 2 guys that are necessarily known throughout the service for backing down from anything.
No, not at all. But as you saw there, that was a perfect example of that outside groove getting rubber. And you kind of see it working here. It's a lap cars in front of Evan C are doing the same thing.
Here comes PB Henry now working past the 92 machine of Slater. Slater gets out of the way through 1 and 2, lets him have it. And it's a clean track here for about a quarter of a straightaway for the driver of that 95 Chevrolet.
Look at all the marbles build up already.
Look at this. We've already beat the longest run of the week. Knock on wood.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen how many tire sets. I'm going to guess they have 5 sets of tires. That's my guess. 6 sets of tires? Okay. Yeah, so you kind of get these 30-lap runs. If a caution comes out, you don't need fuel. Fuel's 130 laps, give or take. 5 laps. Yeah, like you just, you're going to want to take tires. And you can make your fuel adjustments if you make your adjustments based off of 30 laps alone, right? So if we get a caution here, I expect the field to come fit.
PB Henry now starting to catch up to the Team Watson-powered Chevrolet of Chris Vinson. Get ready to put him a lap down, working into 3 and 4 here. Paul Hill gets past the lap traffic of Josh Schaffner, as well as the 88 of Joseph Causey. Causey right now trying to throw a chicane on Justin Levine through 3 and 4. You know, these 2 are teammates, but they don't race each other like it.
No, but I mean, I wouldn't have it any other way. I mean, this is just how these guys race. It's fun to watch, and it's not bad to be on the other end of it, right? Because that's you know it going into it.
Yeah, these guys, you know, they run each other hard. They beat on each other a lot in a lot of leagues and stuff like that, but never once do either one of them have anything negative to say about each other. You see Levine getting up to the bumper here of the Snickers Camry.
I mean, Levine's going to lay it to him, and it's just going to be, he's going to do it right back to it. It's right back.
Oh, yeah, he's going to move him out of the way. Causey's probably going to door him down to the curb. They're probably both almost going to wreck, gather it back up, and then do it all over again.
Yep.
And these two are best friends, by the way.
And yes, Nick, it was a bad take, but if they get a caution halfway through, they're not gonna have to take a full tank. So it's a halfway bad take.
Yeah, it's always bad takes with you, Roger. Used them.
I know, right? Soundboard me, belittle me. I'm used to it. It's fine.
Yeah, no, it's we want it to feel like you're at home. We want this to feel like the right code chat for you.
Always. Oh, look how wide he's going on entry. PB Henry. He's kind of making that diamond really wide. And it's just not. It's only a 1 and 2 though. Can't get the car down to 1 and 2, but he can at 3 and 4.
Seems like it's working for him though. DeCiani just now starting to get past the 33 machine of Vincent. Another car separating him. That's the 23 machine of John Bender. That's directly off the rear bumper of PB Henry. A little bit of smoke out of turn 4. One car, I think, went for a loop. That's Alexander Carr in the 18. No caution, though. We stay green.
Don't look now, but that 83 machine is rolling. Rolling.
Oh, look at this. Henry stuck. They're side by side in front of him. All over the back bumper. The 54 machine of Schaffner dives to the bottom into 1-2, but lost a lot of time through 3 and 4.
Look at the brakes just glowing. He had to put a lot of pressure in there to make that stick. It looked like he was going to wash up into Randy Mullins, but he just got it down.
We get a look at what happened here, I believe, with the 18. It's coming out of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Does he get in there and wheel hop it? A little bit of a snap. No. It's probably going to be this next lap here. Down the back straightaway, dropping down to 3rd into turn 3. Oh, no. Mullins and Hudson got together.
Look like maybe just a little bit too soon on the gas to get that rear end to kind of split like that. I'm not sure, though. I'd have to see it. Yeah, I'd have to see if there was contact before.
Yeah, it looked like there was a little bit of contact between the two of them there through 3 and 4, and that's why the 18 machine of car checked down. He saw the incident as it was happening.
Look at that, though. The 2
It's
up in there.
Way up there in the gray.
That car does not look like it's handling well. He is really struggling through the corners. It's just pushing up really bad.
The good
Got
thing
to
is,
cool
though,
down the tires.
He's letting these guys go by, though, while he's struggling with it. You know, not causing too much trouble on that outside lane. You know, I mean, how many times have you been here and you've been go to lap a car and they just hang up on the door and then they give it too much throttle and hook you right into the wall?
Last night. A lot. Happens a lot.
I heard you got to be a beached whale last night.
Yeah, we sure were. And then I just couldn't do anything right after that. So just good old Martinsville curse happening. I had good. Here we go.
Starting to heat up. Here comes Evan C to the back bumper of DeCiani.
Going to the
up
outside.
the hill here. And trying to get a little bit of clean air, get that rocket down the straightaway. Now dives down to the inside of the 5 machine. DeCiani going to let him have it.
Are you sure? That looks like a crossover. Oh, it almost was.
No, there's one thing I know about DeCiani. If you get a good run on him, he'll roll over and let you have it. He's not one that'll go out there and waste a whole bunch of time running your door off. Unless he's mad at you.
That's very true. That's very true. You mad at me? I mean, We've had our battles. I'm not completely clean in it. I'll admit it, 100%. But I don't have to deal with it this year. I'm in the booth this year. I don't have to kind of resolve any of the issues that happened with last year. It's kind of nice.
Well, how did you beach the car last night if you're only in the booth this year?
Oh no, talking about OB. I mean, I don't really see DeCiani officials, but I mean, him and I haven't really ran into each other a whole lot. Kind of a couple years ago, we had some run-ins, but after that, we kind of resolve everything. So you just work through it. Last night, I beached it because some guy missed a shift down the front stretch, and I tried to do the crossover, and we ended up hitting him, and then I got hit like 5 times.
And none of your teammates try to help you off in there.
I got offered, but I already towed, and I wasn't going to give them an X. So
that's real kind of you. I would have let them have the X, you know. Maybe they get DQ'd and I don't.
after some of the stuff I go through, I should have. You're right.
Hey, driver who will not be named, everything that happened a few weeks ago, it's, you know, you owe me this one.
Yeah. Oh, here we go, though. Back to the action. PB Henry, he's rolling, man. He's got a decent lead.
Yeah, right now, sitting at a 2.1 second advantage over Evan C. C recently taking over second place from DeCiani. Going to be fun to watch what kind of pace that 333 Chevrolet has tonight.
He ran 2/10 faster last lap, but he's not in his lap traffic as PB is.
So, Roger, at what point are we thinking about coming down pit road here? Because I know the fuel length, but how about the tire longevity this evening?
Well, I don't know. If I'm to guess, I think you'll be able to run it out a complete fuel stop. But you have to do what Gitter and Benefield are doing because they're just taking care of their tires. You can't send it through the corner, downshift early, right? A lot of the times we're super aggressive going into the corner because we just know cautions are coming. When you come into a league like this, you have to have a different way of driving because it impacts it, right? 110 degrees track is not a lot, but it is, right? And it's gonna heat up your fronts as you go, and if you just keep sending it in, it's going to keep getting worse and worse and worse. You're not going to let the tires cool. I mean, Benefield's up to 8, and I guarantee you, yeah, he's running solid times, but he's just kind of picking his way through. So I'm going to say full length. If you're driving the way that Gitter and Benefield normally drive, you can make it full length. On the
Biggest movers currently, by the way, are Adam Benefield up 11 spots from 19th, sitting in 8th spot, and Patrick Gitter up from 24th to 13th. So, you know, fast cars, fast once again here at Martinsville.
Yeah, and I mean, and Adam, right, last year kind of showed it. He's just so good at saving his tire. I really wish we would have had the battle last year. We've talked about it a few times before my computer shut off on me. That would have been really fun because it's always really fun battling Adam because you never know what he saved. And when you're a driver that has my kind of style, you kind of learn that you have to save more than you think you do when you face a guy like Adam.
Oh, Becerra!
Really loose. He saves it.
That car was gone. He just didn't know it.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of damage, it looks like, on the right front, unless that's just the paint. I can't really tell.
No, it's a little damage to the right front fender. To run on board with Becerra here, sends it down into 3 and 4.
Yeah, just getting on the gas.
Yeah, that's just a classic moment right there. You're in 3rd gear, you put a lot of throttle down, and it comes back and bites you quick.
I just think he kind of pissed off his tires, right? Like we said, you have to take care of your tires. And when you do that so many times, it's just going to keep getting worse and worse and worse. You have to slow down your laps and kind of cool everything. You just have to back it up for a few laps, get your car back under control, and then go back at it. You'll see a major difference.
Especially now, it's compounded with the fact that we have 750 horsepower shoved to the rear wheels now, and absolutely no rear downforce to speak of anywhere. Because not only do we have no rear diffuser, but one thing that doesn't get mentioned a whole lot is now that there's no diffuser, the fact that we are running probably the smallest spoiler that we've ever ran in Cup Series history is starting to become a little more prevalent.
Yeah, I mean, we have a couple more tracks to go. I mean, Dover's going to be really interesting with this car. We already struggle on restarts with Dover before this package. So
we're not going to get a single green flag.
No. So and we have Bristol, right? So I don't really know. I was talking with somebody about Bristol today, and I don't really know what to expect.
Oh, Hill sends it barreling down to 1 and 2, almost yanks the rear bumper off the machine of Hudson. It's a swing and a miss right there. Sends it down to the bottom here. Those are 3 and 4. I think Hudson realized that Hill wants to go. Staying up on the outside line, but Hill not able to pass here on the front straightaway. Now dives it deep into 1 and 2, and he's going to be able to complete it here, but just barely.
Yeah, that frustration that sets in, right? Like, you've been trying to complete that pass. It's past Salakwa, just past Causey, doing the same kind of thing. But, like, frustration, it sets in. You're working on this guy for 10 laps. You can't get past him, and you're just at wit's end, and you dive it in deep, and it kind of scares the guy. It's like, okay, I need to let him go, or else he might wreck me.
To look at Passalacqua, this is another one of those races too that can fall into the hands of Passalacqua pretty easy. Really scrappy road course racer, really good about keeping his tires alive, and he's putting a really good run in that 6 OB Builder Chevrolet.
My eyes are on Adam, man. He is hauling through this field.
Look, I don't want to talk about him too much now. We know that he listens to these broadcasts, and the last thing we need is Adam Benefield with a head on his shoulders.
Yeah, right.
He's putting together, a classic Benefield run right now as he starts to close into the rear bumper of Justin Levine. Big wiggle out of turn 4 for the 83 machine there, though.
Adam, mute me. Don't listen to what I'm saying. That's how it goes, though. When you listen to the
Levine,
broadcast while
first
you're
car on
driving.
pit road.
Ooh, did he get a penalty?
I don't know if that was no, I think that was the Causey strategy. Just smoke him if you got him.
80 laps is really interesting. No penalty that I saw yet.
That's going to move Adam Benefield up to P6. Paul Hill made a little bit of contact there, though, with somebody. I think Jose Medina.
Sounds like Jose Medina. Yeah, no, they're good. They squared it back out.
Yeah, just slid into the door a little bit. No real big issue, though. I mean, if anything, I think it was more of a netcode scenario than actual contact between the 26. Paul did a good job realizing that he wasn't going to make it into the corner, and he ripped the parachute as quick as he could.
You want to see a battle? You got Luis Becerra and Joseph Causey going at it right now. These two
that could end in tears.
Throwing it at each other.
On board with Becerra up to the back bumper of the 88 Camry. Gives him a little bit of shot there, 3 and 4. Gets loose coming out, though. De-wedges the car. Has to chase it. Loses a little bit of time. Now sends it back in through the middle lane, but got to be careful because Patrick Gitter's starting to close up to the back bumper here.
Exactly, right? And Causey's kind of just doing exactly what you need to do. Becerra is just getting really weird. He's trying to do the crossover, but he just can't. He doesn't have the front grip or the rear grip to get the car down. He has made his tires too mad. He just keeps sending it in. It's just going to keep getting worse and worse until he hits Causey hard enough and it moves him.
And Causey is likely to hit back.
And yeah, we know what happens after that. Oh, air grief.
Big wiggle. Here comes the 12 machine right back up to the back bumper of Causey. Tries to root him out of the way through 1 and 2. Tries to take a peek to the bottom. Gets loose coming out. Causey gets loose as well. Causey coming down pit road for 4 tires and fuel, though.
That was smart. That was really smart from Causey because that could have been really bad if he couldn't get that car stopped.
I think he played him a little bit there.
I mean, it was good. It was a good battle between the both of them. Both of them are super aggressive. We get a patch for the lead.
Yeah, he kind of fell behind on that lead battle. Evan C. closed a massive gap to get to the back bumper of his CFM teammate. Look at this.
1.5 seconds. Look at this crossover.
Crosses right down to the bottom, sends it off into 1 and 2, licks the stamp and sends it. Man, Evan has been putting together some incredible runs here in the LB Builders Cup Series the past couple weeks. See the 333 starting to put a little bit of separation between him and Henry. Running a bit of a higher line here, chasing the grip. I wasn't expecting to see it here at Martinsville.
Yeah, like we were talking about earlier. I had some talks with some people earlier in the week, and they were just telling me with some testing that they were doing that third lane, the concrete, right? It kind of builds up, and you're gonna see it be utilized way more with at least a cut down line and kind of going out wide. As long as you keep your right sides in the gray, you're gonna be fine. The light gray.
See, Evan takes the dive down to the bottom to get past the 28 machine of Wortman. Wortman going to go way up into the dark to let him pass. Now Evan getting up to the back bumper, the 3 machine of Luke Christian. And that is your 12th place runner, by the way.
Happens fast at this track.
Tell you what, man, CFM's brought some pretty fast hot rods here today. But with 94 laps on the board, I think now be as great a time as any to go take a couple quick words from our sponsors, and we'll be back to bring you more of the racing action here on the grid. And welcome back to the W Builders Cup Series here on Grid Vision, live from Martinsville. And what you're seeing right now is everybody on pit road, because we did have a bit of a spin here through the caution getting thrown out 100 laps in. The three machine of Luke Christian manages to find himself in a little bit of trouble here. No real damage to the three machine, though. Looks like everything will be all right. But yeah, that changes everything with the strategy. Evan C. up at the front. Got the lead, started to walk away with it. Caution comes out. And this is a great opportunity for an Adam Benefiel or a Patrick Gitter to really make up some time here, because starting pretty much shotgun on the field, both of those cars carved through a lot of traffic. Now they have an opportunity to re-rack them and restack them. So you get a look at what happens here. The three machine of Luke Christian running high out of turn 2. Wortman Jr. on the back bumper. Since down to 3 and 4, a little bit of a wiggle, chases up the hill, car snaps right out from underneath him.
Yeah, just hit the curb. That's all it takes. And just that little bit of a stoppage that he did, that's what brings it out. So easy here. It's temperamental. There's other tracks that aren't, and this one is. I mean, look right there. It was a good exit of 2. Getting into it, yeah, just a little bit
sideways
loose.
where he even got in there.
Yep. Brake bias was a little bit too low, and it made the front really loose going in under braking.
Just a little too late in the braking zone, and that's all it takes here. A little bit of wheel hop sending that machine around, but as we got the pace car coming down pit road, field back in the hands of Evan C. and PB Henry. Into the BK Designs to restart zone, and the green flag is out. We are back underway. Here comes DeCiani making charge to the inside. Heavy wheel spin for PB Henry up top.
Big wheel spin, but it was real chaos in the back of the field. They couldn't figure out where everybody was at, and it was kind of spread out there on the restart. So that's going to be really interesting to see what happens here with black flags or not. But Paul Hill on the outside, rolling Zach Millett. I don't know how much rubber was cleaned up during the caution, so we don't know if it's going to work. Gitter's rolling that outside. He's got really good drive right there. He's going to complete the pass. It
doesn't look too bad. The track doesn't look green here on the bottom, so I don't think they pulled up enough rubber for that inside line to really come back with viability. Here comes the 26. Paul Hill makes the pass out of 4. And Patrick Gitter, heavy problems here on the front straightaway, and crab walking is the 21.
I don't know what that was.
That is a hurt race car.
Benefield miking up asking if he did that, but I don't know what happened. That car just totally snapped. It didn't really look like much contact of anybody. We'll have to go back and see.
See him wiggling the wheel down the straightaway too. That's all the signs of a toe link bent on the 21. Such a shame, too, because he carved through so much traffic to get up here into the top 10, and now he's just going to be hanging on and praying for a caution, because you cannot fix that here.
That car just snapped. Like, it was so weird. I've never seen it snap right that hard before, especially here if he didn't curb.
Got close to
it. It got loose, and it just does that snap deal, yeah. That's a better view of it. The car just got loose, and he tried to hang on to it, and it just snapped. Hate to see that for Patrick Gitter.
That was a horrible break for the driver, the heartbeat of America's Chevrolet. But up at the front of the pack, Evan C. still with the advantage. DeCiani a couple car lengths back. If you're DeCiani, what kind of adjustments are you making on pit road to try and get a little bit of longevity back into the car? Because we saw he fired off real quick, but just struggled the more the run went on.
Oh, I plead the fifth. No, you just want to get some turn, right? So, whatever adjustment you do to get that left front to get the turn down, but not scraping the track. When you're under braking, you're gonna bounce, right? It's not bad tire hop, but it is kind of based like tire hop. So, you're gonna want to try to get the car lower on the left side and go with that route, but you can't go too low with the fuel.
Look a little bit further in the back here, and everybody kind of back off to what they were business as usual before that caution. More or less a single file funeral procession here around the half-mile paperclip.
Single file as we go. Gitter's only in 12th. That's not a bad spot. He's going to be able to get some damage if we get another caution, but it's only going to be 30 seconds maximum. Yeah, and what we didn't discuss was when that caution came out, you had probably about half the field on that pit strategy. They started coming in really early, and it affects it, right? You go 2 to 3 laps down if you pit under green here. It's such a small track that you can't really make up the time, so you kind of hope everyone's going to go long or go short or how that works to make it out, and you get no yellows, because now you have really fast guys still lap to 2 laps down.
Step aside here, Joseph Ghazi working the top. Tim Morton Jr. going to get by here on the back straightaway. Yeah, that's such a rough break for the guys that had hit early there on that sequence. Joseph Ghazi as well as Justin Levine. Of course, it feels like a standard week for the 19 Toyota Camry, because it seems like any way that Justin Levine could stub his toe in this series this season, he has found a way to do so.
Yeah, if you guys have TikTok or anything like that, J. Dot, I believe it is, right? Send him galaxies, whatever it is. Make him feel loved. He goes through a lot during these races. Ugh. Doesn't even update his profile, but look at that grid vision car. I mean, it looks beautiful.
Yeah, he wouldn't have updated that if it wasn't for our producer. So,
yeah. Bit of pause.
It's the Alex Bowman best friends paint scheme from a couple years back with the right colors on it, the grid vision orange and silver. Pretty clean looking hot rod here. Justin has always been a long-time owner and lover of dogs, and kind of tries to incorporate that into his paint scheme somewhere along the line. Back when Jeffrey Earnhardt was driving the IK9 car years back, Justin had a basic replica of that recreated, but with his dogs on it instead.
I'm getting my car redone, right? To make some people happy, and I'm changing the color back, and I didn't even think about orange. I honestly didn't.
Well, grid vision orange is definitely a color to go with, and I think you should go with it. No, you should do it.
It's going.
Be a man. Come on.
It's going back to Grello. I miss my Grello.
Grid vision orange.
I'm a Browns fan, and I think too much orange is an issue.
You gotta put orange on this. All I gotta tell you.
The logo will be there.
When I'm not driving the orange car, I run terrible. Running board with Adam Benefield, carving through a little bit of lap traffic here. The 33 machine of Vincent falling into the clutches of the field here. And Benefield working on the back bumper here, the 26 machine of Paul Hill. And this is I think this is the most Canadian battle you'll see on the track, because both of these are two of the most courteous guys in the field. As you see Benefield get to the back bumper to try and prove me wrong here. Now diving down to the bottom here in the front straightaway, Paul Hill going to crack the throttle, let him into turn 1, try to cycle back down behind the 83 machine.
What a move coming out of 4. He just kind of showed what his car's got. He doesn't use up his stuff a lot, but right there kind of just showed what kind of speed is out of that car. I expect him to keep really making moves.
Well, he knows he's got to get up here pretty quick. If you don't want to lose attachment to the leaders, because you never know with Martinsville. Caution come out sooner than you think. And you don't want to have to overwork the car long term to try and reel them in, especially with the dirty air that we're dealing with nowadays.
Every track is just dirty air block now. It's just insane. Look, two cars, right? And you're kind of just stuck. I say that, and he made that done masterfully. That's why he was in Coke, ladies and gentlemen. He still is one of the best.
Absolute Chad there behind the wheel of the 83 machine.
I mean, you see that golf swing?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Let's get another look at that golf swing. Look at DeCiani right now, second place, kind of on an island all his own, a second back from Evan C. and about 2.5 seconds ahead of Benefiel and Henry. Oh, one car. Oh, look at what he did. Sorry, we had to pull out the Rick Allen there. Oh, and heavy damage to the 95 machine of PB Henry, one of the favorites to win here today based on pace. Stuffs this thing up into the wall in 3 and 4. Reminiscent of Ross Chastain, but not for the same reason.
Benefield's such a good guy, man. A little bit of wheel damage out of PB, though. Yeah, they said he just picked up speed and he just couldn't get it stopped. I believe it's going to be the next lap here.
Maybe he had a throttle issue or something go wrong with the wheel. We're riding on board here out of turn 2, now down the back straightaway.
He's in 4th pretty early. He doesn't down there. He's downshifting. That's a different downshift point that I've seen all week. That's interesting.
Yeah. Letting the car settle before he gets into it. Save a little bit of right rear doing stuff like that. I've done it at Darlington before to different levels of success.
We're going to try to find it here. We're watching the replay.
Down to the inside of the 50 machine of Schaffner here. My daughter is literally screaming at me right now. Sorry about that, guys.
Oh, that's after the incident. Here we go. Okay. I believe this is it.
Here we are down the back straightaway. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so, that's something with the throttle pedal or something there.
There's a few things that happen there. One of the reasons why we downshift so early is to get the car to slow down with engine braking. So that might be. There's a couple things that could happen there. The producer says it went into neutral.
I saw 4th on the tack.
I saw 4th on the tack too. I just don't think his brakes.
Can't get his,
yeah, I think the brakes and throttle were going at the same time, and it just wasn't slowing down. That's why you kind of have to do that downshift. It helps to slow down. Clutching.
I'm thinking maybe something just deregistered with the pedals there or something while he was up against the wall. You know, probably to shake it, get it back in.
Maybe one of the cars. I don't know what he runs exactly, but hate to see it. Patrick Gitter left for the night. Another one that kind of had issues coming on exit. He's not giving up. He's fighting on that outside.
Oh, that's one thing about PB Henry. He doesn't know when to quit. He never will.
Oh, I raced him a lot.
If the man has a steering wheel and a throttle pedal that is connected, he's going to stay out there and he's going to drive the wheels off it.
Yeah,
and he'll do it while being clean too. You know, there in years past, you know, PB Henry would, you know, drive the tar out of you and, you know, put you in a bad spot, or put himself in a bad spot. You know, eventually chaos unfolds. But here in the last, you know, handful of months, it really feels like he's shaped himself up to be a significantly cleaner driver, and is looking pretty capable everywhere we go.
I feel like a few years ago, him and I were in second split everything, right? And as you move through and you get your I rating up, he showed up to the top split scene last year and kind of just was around, right? Made mistakes like everybody does and kind of had to work his way through. And I think that helped him. It just kind of molds the driver you are. And you kind of see it here. He's still fighting out tough, but he's not really doing anything wrong. He's just right on the outside trying to get his spots, just trying to keep minimum loss of spots. But him and Becerra are going at it now.
No, I mean, it's one thing though, you know, like everybody in the field, everybody that's on sim racing, you know, at some point there was a time frame where you didn't have the whole thing figured out. You had the speed part figured, or you didn't have the racecraft, or you had the racecraft part figured out, you didn't have the speed. Both situations, you know, put you in a lot of ordeals where you end up, you know, being in a wreck, causing a wreck, or, you know, things go bad and everybody ends up hating you for it because, you know, nobody forgives anybody here on iRacing. I'm just as guilty of both ends of the spectrum on that myself. But, you know, you don't learn by not going out there and racing. So, you know, those guys that go out there, you know, they make some mistakes here and there, burn a few bridges. You know, a couple months, a couple years later, you know, they got it all figured out, and everybody's good friends and loves everybody.
Ha!
Isn't that right, Roger?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Been there, done that. Man, look at the times. Adam is 0.2 faster than both DeCiani and Evans C. He was slower that lap back. Oh, he's not even swinging. Look at he's just cheesing there with his putter.
That right there is a picture of a man that I feel like would absolutely destroy a Martinsville hot dog stand.
Oh, if
you can just tell he's primed to go.
Listen, I already told you one of the main goals that I want to do, right? Us three together, I feel like would be a great time. Get him up in the booth one of these days, and just.
I think that would be beyond easy.
Oh yeah, no.
I mean,
I'd go to the store that day and we'd be prepared, and that'd be a fun night. Fun night to call it a race.
Coke 600, guys. What are we thinking?
There's the issue. Is I'm gonna be.
You're gonna be at the track.
Yeah, I'll be at the track all weekend.
I'll be doing something. I'm too cool for you guys. Whatever. I'll go cry about it. No, there's always a Bristol 500. We need somebody in here with us for the Bristol 500. I can already tell you that.
Either Nick or him, or both.
Why not both?
Yeah,
it's gonna be a long night. We might as well have fun. I don't think any of us would get a word in edgewise between Nick and Adam, though.
No, those two would be cracking jokes all night.
Roman, probably the biggest character we've ever interviewed in here.
49. We're hitting a lap 150 here, right? And we're just rolling through lap traffic. I don't know if we're gonna see some impatience happen or we're gonna see some green flag stops. Because if you pit now, you can make it to the end.
No, right now, Evans C, though, completely checked away from the field now. 3.1 seconds over the 5 machine of Matt DeCiani. It's putting a hurting on these guys here today.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he's got really good drive off. The car's doing everything he wants it to do.
Lock up there, though, for your race leader. Gets down to the bottom of Josh Schaffner and kind of hops it into the corner, smoking the left side tires. Can't do that too much here because that'll come back to bite you.
Yeah, and as you see, he's just high. He's running that high line, and it's working for him. I mean, downshift looks pretty good. He's got a lot of wheel into that thing, though, to get it to turn.
I'm wondering, too, you know, steering ratios could be different across the board here from other drivers.
Well, this is where it kind of crosses, right? This is a dirt driver coming to asphalt. So he knows slip angle better than most. That's just driving on dirt. I know what I'm running for Steel Anger here. You kind of want tight. You kind of want to run road course style steering ratio. He looks like he's running a really loose one, because that's past 9 o'clock to get that car to turn.
Well, I mean, here's the thing though: if you can make that work, and you know, can get the car to stay in the corner with slow ratio, I mean, there is the possibility of saving a little bit of right front tire in the process, because you know, it's a lot less twitchy.
It is less twitchy, but the heat in the right front's kind of come no matter what.
You know, I know when I run a short track stuff, depending on what car track combo, you know, like B car, you know, we'll go to Richmond or something like that, and everybody's talking about running a 10-1 or something like that. I'm sitting there in the 14-16 range.
Oh, I
And
agree with that.
And it
I
always
agree.
just works out for me. Same thing goes for Bristol, or a few weeks ago when I did super lates at Southern National. If I hadn't gotten killed, we had a pretty fast car that week. But I'd switched to the slower box, and it was way better. And it put me on the right rear a lot less too, which is the thing I really liked about it.
It's just preference, right? A lot of it's preference, a lot of it's driving style. Uh, I know a lot of road racers. They've got cars coming out of the pits, right the thick of things. But road racers they treat this track as a road course. They run the steering ratio and they run the brakes like they would a road course, and that's what makes them so good at it. He's just rolling that outside line. That is that's impressive.
Look at DeCiani right here in second place. Still hanging on, just a couple seconds ahead of Adam Benefiel in third. Yeah, we've just hit that 100 lap to go mark here as well. Get a good look at the 5 Chevrolet clean paint scheme here for DeCiani. Same thing you had last year, and well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. These Fortis cars have such iconic paint schemes with both of their drivers. Look at Adam Benefiel here. Bit of a change up in the off season for the 83 machine. A lot of good paint schemes here in the OB Builders Cup Series. I like old PB Henry's paint scheme too, because he's got that classic Hendrick Cars Ditec kind of vibe to it with the black and the metallic blue.
Yeah, no, it's clean. I just like how simple it is.
And I don't know, is there a car on the screen right now?
I don't know.
I just see Thunder Road Harley Davidson in a battle right now. Crosby going at it with Gallimore, going to be able to get in front of the 11 machine. I think Crosby a lap down. Gallimore, though, putting together a good run. Your Daytona 500 winner sitting in 8th place right now.
Yeah, a little bit into the wall, but he's just kind of managing, right? All those cars around him are laps down on newer tires. Just going through. That's going to be an interesting battle to come.
Yep. You see Levine doing his best to try and unlap himself here.
Him and Causey together. Shocker.
Or possibly just, he could just dump Causey, get a caution, and try for a wave around.
No.
Couldn't think of a nicer guy.
Yeah. I'm going to get a message because I picked him as underdog.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't we all pick him? Didn't we all
never
pick him or
pick
something?
Levine. You never pick Levine. As soon as you do, he makes a mess in the bed.
I know the curse. I know it. I know it very well. When
That's
Joe
your own
picked me
fault.
at Vegas, I was not.
The pass
Look at
for
Adam
second.
Benefiel making that pass.
Adam Benefiel getting past the 5 machine of DeCiani here, moving himself up to second place. This is where we really start to see that Team Conti Sim Performance Chevrolet really start to pick up the pace. This late stage of the run. Now the question is, what are the lap time differences between him and M&C as we get a look at the replay? And I bet you it's going to come down to he shows his nose, and DeCiani says, all right, take it, old man. Yeah, a little bit of a wiggle there from the 5 machine. Here he comes down to the bottom. DeCiani cracks the throttle into 3 and 4, lets the Team Conti machine go.
Yeah, that's just respect out of both those guys. I mean, they've known each other for a long time.
And DeCiani is like, he's one of those guys, there's not a lot of them in the field. We got a caution. And the 3 machine goes for another ride here. and comes over the radio and claims lack of talent was the cause for the incident there.
Go back and watch.
As
I ain't saying that.
let's see what happens with Bowen Chevrolet. Sends it down into 1 and 2. Same issue as before, man. Just gets down there, gets the car slick. And that's basically a repeat from that first slide for him. Definitely fighting with some demons in that Chevrolet.
Yeah, it did look like he got the curb that time. It just kind of looked like he cooked it. And that happens. You start moving your brake bias down as the run goes. The longer you go, the more you move the brake bias down to try to get the car to get in tighter. And this is kind of just what happens.
Well, the low, that low entry here too, it can come back and bite you really quick, especially with that marble buildup starting to spill over the curbing as well. That's a rough break for Lou. Last thing he wants to do is come out here and spin once, let alone be, two race-changing cautions. And it's come to Martinsville and you don't entirely have it all figured out, and this can be the most miserable night of the year.
Well, now I'm curious, because we can make it to the end. I know Adam adjusted. I guarantee Evan adjusted. But let's see what pays off. Because here's the thing. Evan's getting a 3-second lead before Adam really starts going. And Adam doesn't like to push short run. We know this.
Well, here's the thing, too, though. Adam, those 3-second leads have also been happening while that 83 machine of Benefield has been in traffic.
Oh yeah, but he said it. He said it more than anybody. He doesn't like short run pace.
Yeah, but he's going to be a little bit closer on the Delta coming off the grid and not have as much dirty air to kind of filter through.
True.
It's been a gradual gain up through the field. The biggest mover here tonight. Started this thing off in 19th position, sitting in second place. But Evan C. has been so fast this evening, running an alternative line and hasn't thrown a wheel in the wrong direction. This could be one heck of a battle here as we come into the closing stages. Cars lined up side by side here through 3 and 4. Working their way slowly into the BK Designs restart zone. Field in the hands of Evan C. And the green flag is out. We are back underway. And the 333 with a great launch down into 1.
Yeah, and Adam's going to roll the outside. I think DeCiani's going to give it to him. Yeah, DeCiani knows that Adam has the pace to keep up with Evan C. And it's just going to be a battle.
That's one of his stepsons back there behind him, as he said a few weeks ago. As you see, battle fourth place, heating up. Millett down to the inside of Paul Hill. Millett has put together a really good run here tonight in 31.
Yeah, congratulations to Millett. By the way, 7K. I saw that.
Look at that.
That is 7K. That's hard to do. It's hard to do here.
You telling me I can't get to 4,500 without everything falling apart on me.
Every time I get close, I get wrecked. I was 100 away. I'll get it one day. It'll happen.
It's okay. One of these second split weeks, I'll wreck you. That way you don't feel like anybody owes you anything on the service.
Right. Oh, Paul Hill and Daniel Wiles get a little bit of contact coming out of the corner.
And down the back straightaway, Wiles down to the bottom, but Paul Hill going to use the outside line, tries to shut the door, and gets the nose of Wiles. Around goes Wiles.
Oh.
And a big crash out of turn 4, and it's going to be a parking lot.
Oh, that's... Causey. What are we doing, Causey? Come on. Yeah, he kind of just saw it. Daniel Wiles wanted it, kind of pushed it, and he just saw it just break free. Yeah, he sent it. He sent it deep.
Be careful with it here.
And yeah, just...
So he shuts the door, but I don't think they made any contact. But just as deep as the 17th Senate and the rest of these guys, there's nothing you can do when they wreck on quarter.
I like to apologize to Joseph Kazi. I like to formally apologize before he messages me. I see you, brother. You did not mean to do that.
He's still got messages,
Yeah, I know.
Causey.
I know. gonna laugh at him too.
Well, I don't know if you'll be able to get him a message. You know, he's kind of distracted by about 74 consecutively running YouTube tabs open on his Upper GX at the moment. He is the final form of a tablet kid.
Look at the marbles.
Oh.
Yeah, he just got pushed through. He just got pushed through that wreck.
I am impressed that Wows did not get hit by more cars than he did.
So, yeah, with that right there, the marbles are starting to go into the first groove. These guys have to go higher. They cannot ride the curb like you normally do here.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
You see the rubber getting pulled off the track there as they drove over it.
Yeah, we were talking about that last week. The dynamic track has changed in iRacing. You have to weave your tires in a lane that rubber is not there to get the rubber off. Weaving matters now. It's something that we were testing. It's something that we're working on because it's going to be super tight if not.
That's kind of a problem, though, here at Martinsville. You know, there's not a lot of real estate where the marbles aren't getting put. Because you got the rubber buildup that, you know, we see in the racing group. But every other lane's pretty much coated down with marble.
Mm-hmm.
As we see the field getting ready to roll back into the BK Designs restart zone. Evan C. still with the advantage. Benefield to the outside. Green flag is out. We are back underway. Let's see if we go a little bit cleaner here through 1 and 2.
What a start by Adam. Cut down, cut under. Oh, he just can't get. Is he there? He's there.
It's side by side into 3 and 4. The battle for the lead. Benefield down by the curbing. Not going to be able to throttle it up off the corner, though. Evan C. with the advantage on the front stretch.
Yeah, Evan just got that line rolling on the outside. I don't think Adam's done, though. I think Adam's car just has a little bit more drive off.
Down into 3 and 4. Big wiggle for the 83 machine. Gonna have to pedal it up the hill, out of turn 4 to the front straightaway. Gives the advantage to the 333 of Say for now.
I tell you what, Adam is one of those good old boys, right? If he feels like he's getting his nose chopped, he will show his displeasure.
Evan C. holding strong here for now. Across the stripe, lap 188 on the boards. Evan C. has led the majority of them here tonight from Martinsville. It's going to be a great points day for him, too. He's been putting together some really good runs, leading a lot of laps this season. He'll score those. I'm sure he's going to can hang on to it for now, get those 5 bonus points.
Yeah, I mean, no one else is going to lead those that many laps. He's got that pretty much wrapped up, but... Ooh, that's a battle. That's going to be something to watch. Pastelacqua with Becerra going at it. Becerra's just a hard pass to make. He just puts his car in the right spots.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Pastelacqua tried to give him the bumper. That's one thing that Pastelacqua's kind of a detriment for, though. You know, you don't see him throw bumpers to people all that often. So when you're kind of in a situation like this here at Martinsville where it's like do or die, you've got to start to shove somebody out the way. It's kind of hard to figure out how to do it without putting yourself in a bad spot.
I wonder if I could start, if we asked our producer if I could start a class on that and it'd be sponsored by Grid Vision. How to use the bumper 101. It's kind of fun.
Well, who's going to be instructing? Is it going to be you or Tommy?
Me and Levine.
You and Levine? Yeah, When Tommy uses the bumper, it's kind of the end of the road.
Yeah, I will.
Somebody.
Like, I'll teach you to move somebody without wrecking them. It's possible. Oh boy. You know what? He's done good this year. Yeah. See, this is the thing. I think Adam's backed his pace down. I mean, they're running the same time, right? But he's kind of just working his way through. He's just so smooth on his inputs. He's running the bottom. Really, really nice. You got Evan running that third lane, and I'm curious to know if that's hurting his tires. That's not third lane. He's about he's up half a lane. There's smoke there.
A little puff of smoke. I think that might have been the 3 machine of Luke Christian again. He's back on pit road now.
Looks like a toe.
Night for him. Evan still putting together some pretty strong laps up here at the front, but not able to shake Benefield. You know, we're talking about the 2-3 second advantage that he had, and well, it's just 6/10 separating these two right now. Stripe last time it was a 19.299 from Benefield. It was a 19.311 from C.
Yeah, and you know he hates pushing like this. Absolutely hates it. He'd rather the cars come back to him during the long run, but he knows he has to stay within reach if he wants a shot.
Also saying that Nick Isaacs is in the chat, having the worst luck this season. Yeah, a lot of people that we thought were going to be front runners this year have been having the worst start to the season possible. So you're not alone in that regard, Nick. Just keep on grinding out, though. You got a lot of pace. It's going to be interesting to see what happens once you finally get your luck underneath you.
Oh, we got the Pascalacqua-Becerra fight happening. Becerra's rolling the outside. Oh, boy. They are not giving it up.
This is two entirely different drivers right here. Becerra is somebody that's not afraid to hang that car out for all it's worth, and you got Pascalacqua here, probably one of the most gentleman drivers on the circuit. Down to the bottom, taking a peek. Look at that. You see anybody else would kept the foot in it? Pascalacqua checks up there, now taking another look down to the bottom here in a 1 and 2. Trying to get to the back bumper, that 12 machine of Becerra to maybe move him up out of the way. And Becerra just drifting both ends of the racetrack, but here comes Pascalacqua to the bottom into turn 3.
Yeah, but Becerra's doing everything he needs to do to keep him behind him.
Oh.
I think, but yeah, he's starting to get upset, right? The bumper's going to happen here. He's going to have to lay it to him to get past him because he's getting blocked.
I mean, I would have sent it about 2 or 3 laps ago.
Oh, I'm with you. You get 2. You get 2. That's it.
He's getting aggressive all over the bumper here through 1 and 2.
Yeah, I just need to hit him a little harder. He was pushing him through there.
Got to get him on entry. You know, he's getting him late entry, early center, and you just can't really get it done there because it makes the car so unstable for you. You got to kind of just shotgun it into the corner, taking a peek to the bottom again into 1. Going to get his nose chopped. They're going to run tight here up off of turn 2. Pascalacqua, great launch, though. Becerra tagging the fence down the back straightaway. And here comes Pascalacqua with the send.
Yeah, but Becerra's going to have that drive off the corner. Yep, there it is.
Here he comes. Up to the back bumper again. Another shot there. It's not going to be enough, but it's going to push him up out of line. Also, at this point, too, you know, using that bumper, you're also just kind of setting these guys up to make a mistake.
You are, right? And here's the thing. You can't hit them too hard going into the corner because that's going to cause them to wreck now with this way this platform is in the cars. So you kind of have to manage.
Oh, here we go. He's got him.
Does Becerra? He does. He got him. For now.
And look at the brake rotors glowing here. Here goes Becerra taking a peek to the bottom, though. Not going to have the momentum. He's going to fall back in line. Pascalacqua completing the pass here on lap 206.
And
Becerra ran off of Gallimore. And who'd he get?
That's a black flag. Daniel Wiles.
I mean, you saw it coming, though. That car was just about dirt tracking every corner.
Did Wiles not get a black flag? I did not see a black flag. Lucky, he hit the cone. Yeah, and you just kind of saw it happen. It was just brewing, right? And Paul Gallimore kind of saw it through the 10 laps that it was happening. And he was like, nope, I'm there.
Yeah, that's that right there, too. That's one of those situations, you know, if you're Gallimore, you see how difficult he's driving the guy in front of you. And you know that you're about as good as the guy in front of you. And you don't want to continue that 30-lap battle. You don't want an endless war on your hands here. So, you know, you kind of want to get in there and kind of give the guy a little root out of the way. Say, hey, I'm not dealing with that either. And sometimes you get a little overzealous with it.
Who started P2? Was it Millet? Oh, Wiles. That's right front damage.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen his pit board, but I just saw it. It's pretty good.
I'll take a peek at it here.
It looks like Thomas's aunt.
Oh, no.
I wouldn't.
Now we gotta look at it. See what he brought to the track here this week. Oh, it's beautiful. What's her name?
Thomas's aunt. I don't know.
That's not Thomas's aunt.
No, I might be. I really want to say Scarlett Johansson.
Benefield coming over the radio. Evan C using a different line, starting on the outside line here, and comes over the radio, and Benefield just comes back over the radio and says, yeah, I'm going to use your ass up coming into one. That's a classic Adam moment right there.
I just don't. I hope Evan gets the humor. You know?
I mean, if you don't have it by now, I don't know if there's any way we can teach it to you. The green flag is out. Evan gets a great launch here in the front straightaway. Benefield trying to take a swing to the bottom, though, into 1 and 2. Not able to connect. Millet going toe-to-toe here with the 5 machine of DeCiani out of turn 2. DeCiani using the outside line advantage to sway in his favor. And, oh, he misses the braking zone into 3. Say, heavy lockup.
Yeah, pressure's there. Pressure's on.
Twice.
Adam's rolling.
That's twice we've seen Evan with a bit of a lockup into the corner here. Maybe he's playing a couple games there with the master cylinders, getting a little too much into it.
Yeah, he's right there. He's trying to roll the bottom now. He's trying to do what Adam's doing.
Now you got to take the air away from Adam. You cannot have him have the advantage of clean air and the advantage of being on that bottom lane saving tire.
Yeah, but Adam's going to find a way. If there's one thing Adam knows, it's how to find a way to get clean air to his nose. It's going to come down to it. I mean, here's the question. Does Adam move him?
Depends on how close they are with 3 to go.
Yeah.
Adam comes back over the radio. Nope, not going to move him.
I love it. I mean, that's what I did. It's what I did last year, so it's pretty good.
Characters all the way throughout the field,
moves.
man. That's the thing I love about this group. Look through the field right now, and everybody kind of just daisy-chained here. A couple car lengths apart from each other. Paul Hill trying to get to the back over the 31 machine to Millet.
Paul Hill was drifting that corner. He got in there really,
Paul
really
knows
tight.
it's crunch time, and he does not want to finish here mid-pack.
He is trying to get that car to roll. Yeah, there's that downshift early. A lot of wheel into it. Just that dirty area hit the wall. That's a good corner. But Millet's going to have to drive off. Oh, that's the Red Bull Japan fire suit. Cherry blossoms.
I also agree with our producer there. iRacing certainly does need to update the driver suit. And also, come on, give us spec maps for the helmet. I want to have a chrome dome.
I
Literally.
haven't changed my helmet or driver suit in 2 years, so can't say much. It's the same, yeah. It's not changed.
MC trying to walk away from the field here. Nearly a second separating him from Adam Benefield in second place.
40 laps to go. Is it enough time?
Through the field right now, and a lot of good names and good places right now. Pasalak was sitting there in 6th place right behind Paul Hill. It's been a great drive for the 6 machine this afternoon. Yeah, it took him Took him a little while to get past Becerra, but he's done a good job capitalizing, putting together a good run here, and just growing that points lead week after week. And at least maintaining that gap.
Yeah, that's what it takes. Good finishes.
Oh, we got a yellow. Becerra.
Do you take 2?
It's one thing I've learned about these short tracks, man. When the cars go evil, setup wise, they don't tend to go back.
No, they do not. I don't really. That was interesting.
You're right on board with Becerra here. Sending it down into 3 and 4, grabbing third gear. Now, I wonder if it's going to be the marbles coming back to strike. He's pretty low on the track. Maybe a little bit too much wheel.
He was low, yeah. Too much wheel into it.
You get so unsteady when you stay that low to the track.
Adam is asking Evan if he soaked his tires. That's pretty good.
In goat pee.
In goat pee.
Is what he said. Yeah.
I mean, I've heard of weirder stuff.
Yeah. If it gets weirder than goat pee, I probably don't want to know what it is.
I'll tell you after.
Look at that. That is an ancient fire suit on Benefield there. Oh, he's talking about actual go-kart prep, so. Yeah, look at that. That's like a classic iRacing looking default driver suit.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, we gotta work on the suit game here a little bit. Like this is 240p stuff we got going on.
I'm not giving in on all of the tire prep I've seen, but I've seen Camp and Fuel. I've seen black paint with Camp and Fuel mixture. That's a pretty fun one. Whatever makes it sticky. Could you imagine?
That was a skeleton driving that car. Got a Nirvana fan in the field here.
Oh, yeah. America. Look at the Marvel.
Yeah,
that's gotta
that Dale
be...
Gribble?
Oh, he's out of the car.
Okay. John Cena.
All right.
That's the sound we need on the soundboard, too. We're devolving here.
It's okay. We got this. Here we go, though.
And into the BK Designs restart zone. Evan C versus Adam Benefield. C with the launch here again. Benefield trying to stay closer this time, though. Down into 1 and 2. C with the outside line. We've seen how effective it's been on corner exit. But here comes Benefield. A great launch off the bottom, and they're going to be side by side to 3.
I don't think it's enough.
Oh, he slides up the hill. He checks up to try avoid getting into the side of the 333 machine.
Oh,
Say tagging the wall,
side.
though, on the front straightaway. And it's going to be a drag race down to 1 and 2. Oh, does he clear down the back straightaway? Evan trying to stay on the quarter panel, but Benefield with the nose into 3. Up the hill, and here comes Adam Benefield. He's got the lead out of turn 4.
Maybe he soaked his tires in goat pee. That was a great restart from Adam Benefield.
I'll tell you what, if Adam could pee out the window right now to slick up that car of Evan, he would.
You're telling me. That was really good. Clean racing. That just kind of showed the expertise of Adam. I mean, did everything he needed to do. Kind of spun the tires on the restart, but got it recovered really well and sent it down in the corner, knew the car was going to stick, and off he went. I mean, Evan C did nothing there. He kind of just locked it up, kind of slid up, and it just...
That's a disadvantage of picking that outside lane. You know, you got to be absolutely perfect on the launch. They can't be door-to-door with you coming into 1 and 2, because if they are... You know, it turns into a battle, and that inside lane just about always prevails here at Martinsville. Especially once we've got a heat cycle or 2 on the tires. You know, these guys have been on these tires for a bit.
Yeah, and I mean, Evan kind of locked up the tires earlier, so heat cycles matter. And, I mean, I don't think this battle for the lead's over yet. Evan's trying different lanes, but that's just kind of letting DeCiani get closer and closer.
One thing I like too is he's going to have to try any lane but the bottom line because you're not going to get out of Benefield up off the bottom at one of these short tracks. Not without a post-race altercation involved anyway.
Oh, well, and yeah, if that happens, it'll be for sure that 5 car behind him is going to do something if that happens.
Please don't hit the gopher. Please don't hit the gopher.
Not the gopher.
Hey, we're good.
I heard tires. I got scared. We're good. Rotors
Probably
just
somebody
blowing.
locking them up. I can't wait till we come back here in the fall and get to race this thing under the lights too.
Yes.
Martinsville under the light. I don't know why the spring race isn't a night race, honestly. Because the weather, everything, just absolutely perfect.
Track temp has
Also,
dropped 16 degrees. Oh, man.
Well, that sun has started to disappear behind the mountains here, so.
Just more grip. Well, I say more grip, but the marbles are there.
Yeah,
I don't know about the grip. Track's rubbered
maybe
up.
Kind of equating here.
Yeah.
Down to 1 and 2. Evan C. trying to take a peek on the outside here to get past the 83 Chevrolet, but Adam Benefield holding the bottom line, getting the drive up off the corner. Pretty much everything Evan's doing right now is just to stay equal with Benefield.
And he's staying committed to that 3rd lane. It's kind of a crossover, or cut down, let me rephrase that, because he's starting in the 3rd lane, and then he's getting the nose to cut, and he's crossing into the 2nd.
Oh, good run
really
here.
Good drive off.
He's going to get a look to the bottom. Adam did not get up out of 4 well enough there, and now Adam's up on the outside. Here comes Evan trying to slide it. Sends it deep down through 1 and 2. Here comes Adam with a little bit of momentum. It's not going to be enough. Evan C. going to take the lead back into 3, and Adam is wiggling.
Yeah, Adam doesn't have the grip on the outside.
But a good launch for Adam here.
Done.
Adam going to set down to the bottom here in a 1 and 2, up to the rear bumper cover of the CFM Chevrolet, but not close enough. Evan holds on for now. Also, there's 20 laps to go, boys.
Yeah, I mean, that just was a 5 lap to go sequence that happened.
Well, maybe I have to draw the hamburger again.
I don't
to the back
think this
bumper
is
out
done.
of turn 2. It's not over yet. Adam taking another peek to the bottom into 3. Evan still working the outside line. He's been so good up top there. Tags the fence out of 4. Adam a little bit of a wiggle out of 4 as well. Loses some time.
Is that the nail? I hope
I'm thinking
not.
it might be. Because Evan is gone now. A couple car links now separating your front runners. 4/10 of a second advantage. I mean, now all Evan really has to do is just kind of play the dirty air games. I feel like if he goes down to the bottom, he could really make it difficult for Adam.
Yeah, but I don't think his car's good on the bottom.
Well, it might also be something to do with that 28-to-1 steering ratio he's running.
Yeah.
That is a workout right there.
Started the cut. He started doing that cut down right there in 1 and 2, and yeah, he's really doing it in 3 and 4. It's gonna be hard to beat. No, he's in VR. I'm pretty sure he uses oval, but no formula, but in VR.
That's crazy. I couldn't imagine doing this in VR. I'd be throwing up by lap 12.
I don't use VR. Can't do it. I'm too blind for VR anyways with my classes and all the stuff anyways. No, thank you. I'll stick to my triples.
But further in the back, Louis Becerra and Basilacqua getting hooked back up here. Becerra taking a peek to the outside of the 6 machine here through 1 and 2, and he's going to have the momentum. Gets to the quarter pound, not able to get to the door, though. The door getting shut in his face from Basilacqua. Down through 3 and 4. Basilacqua working the inside lane. Becerra all over the rear bumper cover of the OB Builder Chevrolet. Paslock going to hang on for now, putting a little bit of gap between him and the 12.
Yeah, I know they make
man.
prescription inserts for the VR, but I have different glasses I have to wear because of my light deficiency, so it doesn't work out. But yeah, I've looked into it. What's up? Sorry, reading comments.
Oh, you're good. I'll just tell you what, man. It's been some pretty good runs here throughout the field. Sitting in third place right now, DeCiani. Good points day here for the 5 Chevrolet. Hasn't really made any mistakes, just getting the most out of the car that he possibly can here tonight at Martinsville.
I mean, that's
right behind him.
Matt's good at, right? Long races. That's why you see these guys excel in leagues. They know how to put a race together.
As we see week in and week out of that 5 machine, that right there, that's going to make him deadly when it comes to this title hunt. Because remember, this is a 36 race season, no playoffs, no chase. You know, it's 2003 with the next gen car. Oh, we got a caution with 9 laps to go.
Oh boy.
Oh, is it Levine?
Levine. Well,
I don't see any marks on the old dogmobile. Yeah, right behind the 09 at Gibson.
So Gibson and Causey were going at it.
Dives down to the bottom, and oh my lord!
I mean, that's kind of
I can't believe
yellow. He didn't stop. He saved it, but he kind of just maybe that little bit of a.
Can we get another look at that? Because I cannot believe he saved that. It's right on board with Justin Levine here. I don't know if anybody hears that, but I think the Eurobeat is about to intensify as he comes out of turn 4 in the back bumper. The 09 machine at Gibson takes a peek down to the bottom. And
he downshifted super early. What a save.
That was incredible.
Bravo, Justin. Bravo.
I would have probably found myself in the hot dog stand on that one.
Good old Martinsville hot dog. You know, I started to go to Darlington last week and not go to Martinsville, and I don't know. Still don't know if it was the best choice. Look at this. Ooh. We need the Tokyo Drift soundtrack.
Well, we had it with the Initial D theme song. Yeah, close enough. So, man, 6 laps to go. Everybody's restarting this thing off on, I think, Freshies. That's fun, ain't we?
Oh,
Clouds we got sun is set. Clouds are out. Adam's playing head games here.
Yep, he sure is.
Now, here's an interesting thing. You know, we've seen Evan run that outside line a majority of this race. Now he's going to be restarting on the bottom. Is Adam going to be able to pedal it up on that top lane and make something work here?
Adam didn't seem like he had the grip up there when he was rolling the outside, so it's going to be really interesting.
He's going to have 5 laps to figure it out as he working to the BK Designs restart zone. Green flag is out. Evan C with a great launch. Benefield almost loses it. Heavy wheel spin for the Team Conti machine, sending it down into 1 and 2. Evan with the advantage. Side by side a little bit further back. Paul Hill trying to work the top to go toe-to-toe with DeCiani down into 3 and 4. 3 and 4 here to come across the stripe to take us to 3 laps to go. 3-lap shootout here between Benefield and C. Benefield wrapping the bottom, wrapping the curbing through 1 and 2. C getting the drive off. Down the back straightaway, though, on that outside line through 3 and 4 here again. And it has been a great race for the driver of the 333 machine. Evan C is pretty much dominated here from Martinsville. Taking it across the stripe here. 2 laps to go. And the only thing he can do now is just pray that we don't get a yellow.
I mean, they're about to back here. They're beating and banging. One's in the wall hard. 3 wide coming out of turn 2. These guys are going at it with these last 2 laps. White flag.
And the white flag is in the air. Last lap here tonight FNC sends it down into 1 and 2. Again, great launch drive off down the back straightaway. He's blinking, though. Is he going to be able to make it to the stripe? Into 3 and 4 for the final time. Benefield will try and take another swing at it. Not able to get close, though. And out of turn 4, a dominant run for FNC, and he was going to win here at Martinsville.
All right.
That's a well-deserved one there, too.
It was. He did everything he needed to do. He played with the air, ran that third groove that no one else was really running, and kind of just did a masterclass of it. Lewis, what are you doing, bud?
I mean, how often is it you see a third line work at Martinsville, let alone be the dominant lane? Or at least the fastest? I can't think of any time. iRacing has really knocked it out of the park with the changes this year because we have options again, guys.
I'm still shocked.
Burning it down. I do believe second win of the season. Am I correct on that?
I don't know. Don't want to say it wrong.
Let's take a quick peek here. Get a quick peek at the results, though, and Evan C. with the Team Birdie fast lap of the race and the race win over Adam Benefield in second. Third place goes to the 5 machine, Matt DiCiani with Paul Hill. Another great grind today to come home in P4. Fifth place goes to the 31 machine of Zach Millett, followed by Louis Becerra with a great recovery to 6th. Seventh goes to the 6th machine of Brandon Pasalacqua, followed by Randy Mullins in 8th. Ninth goes to Paul Gallimore with John Bender running out the top 10. Congrats to Bender. That's a great run.
Good job by John Bender. 11th is going to be the 43 Chris Hudson with Joseph Causey in 12th. 13th will be Tim Wortman Jr. in the 26th with Alexander Card 14th. First car lap down is going to be that 19 of the pause machine of Justin Levine. It's 16th with Casey Gibson. 17th, Chris Vinson. 18th, Chris Crosby. And 19th, PB Henry. And 20th, Daniel Wiles.
Coming home 21st is going to be Josh Schaffner, followed by Jose Medina in 22nd. 23rd going to the 3 machine of Luke Christian with Nicholas Isaacs in 24th. 25th goes to Patrick Gitter after a hard-breaking snap early on in the race with Jordan Slater in 26th. 27th goes to Joshua Hyatt. Rounding out the 28-card field tonight going to be the 71 to Keith Long. Tell you what, man, that was probably the best race I've seen at Martinsville ever on here. That was absolutely insane. The majority of the racing, only 3 cautions all night long. Long green flag runs until, we got to that closing stint as we wait for our top 3 finishers to pull up here into the waiting room for their interviews. And, well, here we go. We're going to start off here with the third place finisher, driver of the number 5 Fortis Chevrolet. That is Matt DiCiani. And, Matt, good run tonight. Just kept the thing locked up in the top 5. No big issues, and coming home with a pretty healthy points day. How you feeling?
Yeah, all right, I guess. I don't know. Driver needs to do better. Felt like I had a really good car tonight. I just abused my front tires way too much the whole race. So then I had to adjust on it, and then I lost all my drive off. But yeah, it is what it is. I'll take it. I mean, I'm upset with the third because it's one of my better tracks. But, Evan was ridiculously quick all race. Just felt like I didn't execute behind the wheel tonight. So, oh well, we'll take it, though. But overall, a solid night.
Well, you have gotten experience what a majority of the iRacing service has an experience, and that is long green flag runs at Martinsville. And, man, just tell me, how are you feeling after that? Because I know how physical this place can be for just 10, 15 laps.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely sweating, that's for sure. But yeah, I mean, it's I've gotten in a few of my leagues the last couple times. We've gotten some 100-lap runs, so I'm kind of used to it. But yeah, I mean, there's no way in hell you're gonna see that in official anytime on this service.
Absolutely not. Well, it's a great finish here tonight. Another top 5 run for you. I do believe we are off next week, are we not?
I think so. I think it's Easter next week, yeah, so there's nothing.
Well, next thing on the schedule I'm seeing right now, April 9th, we will be going to Bristol. How are you feeling about your chances when we go to the other half mile?
Yeah, I mean, with Bristol too, we'll see what happens. Bristol, in my opinion, is more about surviving. just because there's nowhere to go. Things happen so quickly. So especially if we get 40 cars, it's just survive, until you get within that last 100 laps, and hopefully you're with a relatively close leader and have a shot at the win. So that'll be the goal: just survive log laps and see where we end up.
Well, Matt, after 260 laps of Martinsville and a podium finish, who do you want to thank and shout out for your performance this evening?
Yeah, thanks you guys for calling the race. Randy, Brandon, all the Paradigm guys for putting this league on. Congrats to Evan, best car tonight. Adam had a great run as well. And, shout out to my Fortis guys. Didn't run a lot of laps this week, but they always do laps for me. So thanks to them.
Thanks for coming up here into the booth, and congrats on the podium finish here tonight. Looking forward to seeing what you're capable of. Oh my Lord, I stepped on my tongue there. Looking forward to seeing what you're capable of next week after next when we go to Bristol. And I'm gonna head on over to Roger Pierce with our second place finisher here this evening, driver of the 83 machine, old Adam Benefiel.
First loser, you got a copy?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh man, listen. First off, I love that you listen to the broadcast during the race, because I do the same thing, and it cracks me up when you chime up over race chat. It's just the best thing in the world, and hearing it in the booth, it just makes it even better. So yeah, man, walk me through your race. Didn't have a great qualifying effort, but you do you things and kind of drove through the field.
Yeah, for the broadcast stuff, I always enjoy it. I love listening to it and kind of seeing what's happening and whatnot in case I miss something during race. And I enjoy listening to y'all talk. And y'all are the only ones that really will listen, to what the drivers are saying in there. So that's pretty nice. But yeah, the race, honest to God, it's been so busy this week with real life stuff. My legit first laps was well, I'm sorry, son's in the background, but legit first laps was qualifying.
Is that Patrick back there, or is it Matt?
It's my third son. It's my actual son, not my stepson's. Oh, okay. Yeah. Pat's still disappointing me, and get her,
So Levine came over to visit. Got it.
Yeah. No, so I ran a few laps and trying to get acclimated to this car and this place, and then I seen y'all picked me, and I was like, oh shit. So I knew I had to try to get up to the front to make y'all proud, but it was different, man. This is a different Martinsville from what I'm used to. Like it really widens out. I'm like, it's been years since we've had it this wide here, and that was cool. And but the car was great. I think I mean, I know Evan. I've known Evan my whole entire life, growing up racing go-karts with Evan and whatnot. He's an unbelievable freaking driver and one of the best in the country when you put him in the seat of a go-kart. And it's a comfortable thing racing him hard, like it is with some guys on here. Like, I know I can race Evan really hard because we've done it majority of our lives together. So I just didn't want to hit him. And that's what we were talking about before I come up here. That first restart, when I finally got to second, I crossed him over, and I about killed both of us going into turn 3. So, it was really fun getting to mix it up with Evan and talk a little shit to him. I enjoy doing that with him. And but yeah, man, it was a damn good car. I needed a long run. If that's the story of my life, my whole career, I need long runs. I can't hang with these boys on short runs.
I'm very aware. You keep me on my toes always and make me have to learn how to drive the car longer than I want to. So, yeah, man. I mean, I picked you because I remember last year, right before my computer decided that it didn't want to work on me in the middle of the race, you were kind of working through the field, and we talked about it, how that last few laps would have been if I would have been in there. And I'll tell you what, running the races this week, you're right. This is a different Martinsville. And the fact that you were first laps for qualifying, that's super impressive, because you've been on this sim a long time, and you know as well as I do, when things change, they change dramatically, and you kind of have to work through it. And I feel like you picked it up very quickly, because I think you started like 23rd, and next thing I knew, I saw you in 12th, and you were just rolling. So props, hats off to you for it. I mean, you put on a great show. You were super clean, super aggressive. Really thought the bumper was going to get used, but you shut that down immediately. You know how I am. So, but good job tonight. Friends, family, sponsors you want to thank?
Yeah, I mean, dude, everybody knows me. I will try until until I can't. Of not hitting someone. I don't like racing like that. And then y'all said I moved Gitter out of the way last year. I don't even remember. Or not Gitter.
No.
It was
It was the
Gulata.
Gulata. It was the Gulata
Yeah.
incident.
Oh, Galata. Well, he deserved it. So
well, that's what we
fine.
said too. We said that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Galata probably deserved it. No, I really do try my damnedest to not touch move them and race clean because of all the real world racing, and every time in real life you touch somebody, it could lead to something that could cost you, thousands of dollars to fix. And I don't know, it's just kind of the style and the way that I was growing up in real world racing. So I try to do the same here on program that way. But yeah, thanks to everybody at Team Conti. Thanks to Audie tonight. We kind of the temperature dropped from what this set, our benchmark set, was built in, so we had to kind of tune on it, and he was in there with me tonight, so I appreciate him kind of being in my ear, helping me out. Great race with Evan and Water Bottle and P3, and it was a damn good race. I mean, first caution doesn't come out till lap 100. When the hell do you ever see that on here?
You don't.
Yeah.
We got
So
30 laps last night before.
Yeah, that's pitiful. That's exactly why I went to league racing. But and then you guys for broadcasting. I mean, I've said it time and time again. I mean, y'all are my favorite broadcast crew on iRacing, and y'all call the bullshit, and a lot of people don't. So appreciate y'all and everything y'all do. And Randy for putting on this great league, man. It's freaking awesome. It's something to look forward to every Thursday night.
I just can't believe this man just called DeCiani a water bottle.
That's just so funny. I know.
It's great.
We got to get you up here, man. You and Nick. We got to one broadcast, all of us. This would be a fun time.
Yeah,
Nick,
it's got to happen.
Roman.
Oh God, you don't want me and Roman. Me and Roman raced together on the same team in another league. So
I'm well aware. I know.
those damn chats or us in voice channels during races are pretty out in
we're
left field sometimes.
Trust me, I get it. He's in my streams. He's in my DM. I mean, I love Nick. Nick's one of my best friends. So yeah. So
Yeah.
Bristol 500. That's where I'm leaving it. You're there, the Southern 500. One of the two. Because I'm gonna need some kind of assistance up here.
all right, man. Well, we appreciate you. Good job tonight, and we're gonna see you at Bristol.
All right, guys. Thanks.
Now we're gonna be sitting here with well, the guy that pretty much dominated the evening after it fell out of PB Henry's hands and put a good old-fashioned butt whooping into the field, driver the number 333 Chevrolet, and it is Evan C. And Evan, just talk me through your night, man, because you had a bad fast car, and we watched, what you were doing with the onboard, a lot of wheel in it, looked like you're running a little bit of a slower box, and you run that outside lane, somewhere that nobody else dared to go. I mean, what brought you up there, man? Because it looked like it was working.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of running the bottom in the beginning of the race and didn't, PB and Matt were pulling me. I didn't really feel that good. I was kind of wondering how they were going so fast, but I just started to move up and get the right sides out of the rubber a little bit, and it felt good to me. I mean, I definitely think having the car balance that can do that, you don't know until you get in a race like this and the rubber lays down if your car can move around or if it's better on the bottom. But, it seemed to work pretty good for us in the middle, and I kind of I didn't know if I was using more tire up running up there or less, but, I felt like I could take a little bit of right rear spin out of it off the bottom, which I think everybody ends up fighting here on the long run. Wheel spin, and it was paying off for me there that first run, and got back past PB. But I mean, this is like one of my first races here, so I didn't really know what to think going into it.
No kidding. So, how much time have you gotten at Martinsville overall? Because I know you didn't make the switch to oval until semi recent. And this track, it takes guys years to figure out how to even be remotely competitive. I mean, I've gotten my tail whipped just about every time I've turned a lap on this place, and I've been here since 2018.
Yeah, I mean, I might have. Yeah, I didn't do any officials this week. But I think last season I might have ran one or two, and I think I did run this race in OB, but I'm pretty sure I wrecked out of it. So, yeah, not as many laps here as most other tracks that we go to. But I mean, I think the new update kind of helped reset everybody. Car wise, different lanes you can run. The horsepower increase is a lot different. So I think it kind of put everybody back on a level playing field, so to speak. And we were able to. I mean, we definitely had a fast car, but that helps a lot. But we were able to learn on the fly in the race, and make changes when we needed to.
One thing I got to ask you too, because we see it all the time with in real life, dirt guys going to Cup Series and stuff like that, and putting together really successful careers because the things you learn in dirt entirely different from what you learn in asphalt, oval. How much of that are you able to lean on and leverage here in iRacing? Because I don't know how close it all entails to each other, with real life. I see it's very similar, but how much of that dirt experience are you able to kind of really use to give yourself the advantage here?
I think a lot of it comes from a driving style. I'm not somebody that likes to overdrive the car. I mean, I definitely, dirt background. You got to move around on the track to find the different lanes, and that probably definitely paid off for us tonight. But honestly, I've been running karts since I was 4, and these things drive like go-karts to me. So that probably pays off more than anything. Real stiff. You don't want to slide them. Don't want to slide in the rear end. Don't want to slide in the front end. Has to be just right. And so yeah, I'd say go-karts probably pays off more than my dirt background on here, to be honest.
Noted. Well, we got the week off next week. Then we're heading off to Bristol. And how you feeling about your chances there? Because that's it's a track we get to move around a lot at. I feel like you'll probably be looking pretty strong there.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we got a week or so to get dialed in there. I think last time we ran there was spring. I don't think I ran a lot of stuff in the fall there last season or last year. So we have to get to work on that. But I like that track. Last time I was there, it seemed like you could move around all over it. So we'll have to see how this new update and the way the rubber gets laid down on the track makes it race. But I thought Martinsville tonight was better than it used to be from what I can remember with how the rubber is laying on the track and everything. So we'll see. Definitely looking forward to it.
Well, a big win here tonight and a max points day at that. Who do you want to thank and shout out for the dominant performance this evening from Martinsville?
Just all the guys at CFM Performance. Was having some good runs tonight. PB leading a lot in the beginning. Louis was able to bring home a P6, so good run to him. Just everybody that helps out on the setups. Majority Speed Shop, Tactor Defense, Captain Morgan, Sweet Victory Apparel, Redline Oil, and everybody that helps out to make this possible. Couldn't do it without them. It's hard. You definitely can't run these cars kind of a one-man show and get all the testing and stuff you need to get done. So obviously thank you guys for putting on the broadcast for us, and everybody helps put in the league for us.
Well, Evan, congratulations on the win tonight. Thanks for popping up here in the booth. And I'm going to head on over to Roger here with final takeaways on the race this evening because, man, we saw a little bit of everything here from Martinsville. And, man, this is just awesome. What are you thinking about it, bud?
I mean, it was a perfect Martinsville race, right? You had hard-nosed racing, you had clean racing, right? You're hearing these guys talk during their interviews, and they have so much respect for each other. I mean, I didn't know that Adam and Evan carded, right? So that explains a lot because they ran each other extremely hard and extremely tight, but really clean. And that's what makes good racing, right? You don't want to wreck anybody. You don't want to wreck anybody on purpose. Accidents happen, right? And they do. But that kind of just showed that what this league really does. This league is really good at green flag runs. And at a track like this, 100 laps green is pretty good. So Bristol's going to be interesting to see, especially with this new package we were talking about. You kind of saw the rubber tonight, how it laid down, the barbels, and I think you're going to see a lot of that at Bristol too.
And on that note, from the entire Grid Vision team, we'd like to thank you for watching and participating in the chat. For more information on getting your league broadcasted or supported by gridvision.live, contact us on Facebook, Discord, or at info@gridvision.live. A special thanks, as always, goes out to Andrew Cardinal IV of Whiplash Sim Cams, providing all the beautiful cameras that we use on all of our broadcasts here on Grid Vision. Congratulations again goes to Evan C. on winning tonight's race from Martinsville. This has been Sheldon Atkins, and I have been joined in the booth by Roger Pierce and Austin Derbyshire down in the production truck. And we will see you next time on the grid.